So, well, since you're here, I appreciate a little wisdom coming somebody's way. That's good.
$140,000 doctor bill.
Why did you have a $40,000 doctor bill in the first place?
Because I went into the emergency room and I had something wrong with me, and
Yeah.
they sent me home. Like he said, they're supposed to accept you, but they sent me home. And I was home dying like a dog for a whole week. I went back.
That's
to,
awful.
Oh, you need emergency surgery. Now I had to stay 7 days, all kinds of surgeries, all kinds of doctors, all kinds of pathology reports.
That's awful.
And
When they didn't do that,
whatever
when was that before?
And I want to hear.
and all these
This
things
sucks.
that they had to do to me, I had to be 7 days, and they charged me $140,000. When that surgery is in and out, same day.
So the solution to that's terrible. The solution, though, is
But I
not
had
more
Obamacare.
government. The
I
solution
went
is
home
less. There should be more hospitals, more choice. You should be able to purchase health insurance across state lines. It would drive down the cost.
no
Did you know I
doctor.
can't do that? I can buy car insurance in Maryland, but I can't buy
Why don't you
health
go to
insurance in
Berlin
Maryland.
and find out that clinic we have there, no doctors.
And why is
The
that? They're not
last
paid
time
enough
my
because
husband gone to
Obamacare
the
has
doctor,
drastically
the last 12 times he's seen the same doctor
cost,
twice.
and the costs are
Why?
huge.
You
There's
don't
no
have
reimbursements for
Let me
doctors, so they're
ask-
leaving the profession.
Let me ask you this. People that cannot afford medical
They're quitting. They're not
insurance,
getting
what are
paid
they
enough.
supposed to do?
I'm sorry, say it again.
People that cannot afford the medical insurance for their family or for themselves, what are they supposed to do? What is the solution?
You know what? We had charity hospitals for a long time, and they were able to take care of it. You had Sisters of the Poor, you had other Catholic hospitals that were willing to take people in, but they've been pushed out. Why? Because of the government overreach. That is outrageous to me. And you know what? It's hurt the poor people. It's hurt poor and working class people the most. Obamacare has been a terrible thing for you. You know, and that's my.
Obamacare.
So you're saying Obamacare helped you pay those bills?
There's a lot of people that
Okay.
did not have
If it wasn't for
insurance.
Obamacare, I would not let the surgery be taken care of.
There's a
I
lot
would
of
have to
people
just
that's
let
got
me
Obamacare
have
that did
cancer,
not
I
have
think.
insurance.
I would just let
And
me be
Obamacare,
sick.
they were able to at least get some insurance so they could get the care that they need.
But let me ask you this. Okay, one person gets better coverage. One person's able to get better coverage, but you've got 100,000 who lose their insurance, are paying double premiums. Is that fair?
The stats are
Is
not,
that
that's
fair?
not the stats.
It's
The
not
stats-
fair.
The stats are
And
that
that's wrong.
The stats in California,
Okay.
the uninsured rate has gone from nearly 20% to now under 7%, according to the congressional.
But we've got more people who are going into
CDC.
hospitals. They're going to emergency rooms. You
That's
have a
actually not
greater
correct.
strain on the healthcare system.
That's not correct by
So,
the data. And
if you want to protest, you should protest all of the government interventions which forced you to pay a $140,000 bill. The answer isn't more government; it has to be less government. And there were those charity hospitals. Let me finish.
Our healthcare system are allowed
We
doctors to get paid
let me
more.
finish my point. I'm going to respond to your question. Okay. We need to see more hospitals being. Doctors should be able to open up their own clinics. They can't do that. They got to either work solo or they got to join a hospital. That's wrong. I mean,
That's actually not correct in California.
So,
In California, we have
sorry, that's what's happened.
We have a born and corporate practice of medicine.
I don't know why the cops are here. You guys have not been violent to me at all, but I appreciate them being here. So you guys have not been violent. You've been. I just wish that guy didn't block me when she was talking. I appreciate that he finally moved. Thank you. So if you want to see healthcare improved, we got to repeal the whole freaking thing. Now, about what is it?
How do we replace it?
So, a great question. And you know what? There's a lot of things about this that people have to think about. I appreciate that. Rand Paul, U.S. Senator, he actually voted against repeal because it didn't go far enough.
expected that.
We need to get people, it should be easier for individuals to pool risk so that we can deal with people who have pre-existing conditions. That is a problem. Okay, so that's one way. All of you could put together a pool and have your own like insurance company, or the employers and the employees work together. That would be one way to do it. I go back to the allowing people to purchase. You have no idea. If I'm in California and I could choose a healthcare plan in 49 other states, the prices will plummet because you have competition. We can't do that now. It's ridiculous.
We have lots of national insurers in California. That proposal.
But you have to buy it in California.
Right, because
You can't buy a plan
I don't
from a
want plan
company
that
in
gives me
Iowa.
Access to a hospital in Iowa. Want a
I
plan
agree
that
with
gives
you.
me access to a
Oh, absolutely.
to a hospital in Sacramento.
Great point. Now, please hear me out on this. Okay, so this is an analogy. It might seem imperfect, but just bear with me, okay? Car insurance, I know. I'm not a car. You are not a car. You're more important than a car, okay? But the basic principle is this. Insurance should be covering the crazy thing that you went through. Okay, but for the routine stuff, you pay for yourself. That drives costs down. Your costs will go down. Here's something else. There's no damn transparency. You finally have surgeons like in Oklahoma, for example. They will tell you $3,000 if you want this kind of surgery. That's a lot less than what you went through. What you went through should have never happened. Never. But the problem with that is the state got too damn big and puts too many mandates on the doctors and the hospitals. And you know what? Hospitals don't even have accountability. You know how many people are dying in hospitals? Because there's not enough competition. There's too much of the good old boys club running things. Big problem. So there are better solutions for healthcare, but it's not. Let me ask you this.
I would actually agree with you on the issue of consolidation in the hospital industry and in the insurance.
I want choice. Consolidation can give me that.
Right.
So let me ask you this. Go ahead.
So I hope that I hope that there's a resolution in there against the insurance mergers that are happening.
Yeah, that's a problem.
The antitrust.
There's no choice.
The antitrust work that that many of us have done to block some of the big insurance company mergers that have been happening.
Yeah.
The oligopolies in the hospital system
Sure.
as well. That's something that we need to do. But I still question the ability. You say selling across state lines.
Yes.
Insurers can come in here and sell California products, but they should be able to abide by California consumer protections. If not, then you're voiding.
But those
our
consumer
ability to
protections aren't
regulate.
actually protecting consumers. It's KQED. By the way, I think it's kind of disingenuous to claim that ICE is lying when the chief of police in Santa Cruz claims that they lied. So that story was whack. Sorry. That's another story. I got to ask this. Are you guys single payer supporters? Good. I'm glad you're not, because that would be terrible. You'd be in waiting lines for 3 months. What they have in Canada, they have to go by, hey, I didn't have to wait, but only 2 months today. That's wrong. You should be able to go to an emergency room. We have that. We had the best healthcare system in the world until Obamacare came in. And what you went through was because of government inaction. Bush didn't do nothing. He should have done something. I agree with that too. That was wrong. You should have been able to get better insurance. You can go back to the 1930s. People were able to see a schedule. You could buy health insurance like it was buying burgers and fries. It's more important than that, but the fact that there's choice. You might have to pay a little out of pocket, but it's better than paying $1,800 a month for an insurance premium. And that's happening all over the South Bay where I live and all over this country. Watcher Johnny was a guy in North Carolina. He went on YouTube and showed, this is what I was paying. Then he got the cancellation letter, and now he had to pay twice as much, and that was in 2014. Obamacare sucks. I said it. I was at a town hall and I had the guts to say it to Maxine Waters' face. Obamacare can go straight to hell. And I hope to help it get there. You will get
What's
better
the
health insurance.
replacement?
That's hurting.
What's the replacement?
So for starters,
Everybody's going to hell. What is the doggone replacement?
first of all, we need to allow charities and allow Catholic and private hospitals to take in people for free. That's for start. That's for starters. Allow people to buy health insurance across state lines. Health savings accounts. Dr. Ben Carson talked about allowing people to have a health savings account at birth, and it would be a tax refund for them too. Wouldn't that be nice? So you're a working poor person, you're already getting a tax refund. Yeah. That's what Dr. Ben Carson, he knows poverty. He lived in it, okay? He was in Detroit barely making it. His parents had divorced and he went from barely making it to not making it at all. His words. So there's that. We should make it easier for doctors to form co-ops. We should, again, when it comes to insurance, we should allow people to